The lawsuit just came out last night, guys. We have minors. Now, I'm not going to say for a fact that Ellen DeGeneres was having a freak off with Diddy Glover and some young girls.
Feds have allegedly revealed Ellen DeGeneres was caught on tape with children at Diddy's mansions. Ellen was allegedly involved in child. She would allegedly sell furniture online at a very high price point, like small cabinets for $10,000. The names of the items were peculiar names like Naraya, Eurythia, Samia, and Alvia. But it turns out these weird names lined up perfectly with recent missing children in the area. So it's alleged the names of the furniture was sort of like a code to buy kids online. So you would buy the product and it would actually be a front for buying a child. It's also coincidental that Ellen's set was strikingly similar to Epstein's Island.
Tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seen me show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at the house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 type, maybe 3 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then no, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy?
A recently leaked video shows Diddy facing unexpected challenges behind bars as inmates appeared to give him a hard time. The footage captures tense moments where fellow inmates seem to be taunting or confronting the music mogul, leaving fans in shock. The video has quickly gone viral, sparking debates about Diddy's current situation and how he's handling the pressure. Many are wondering how the video surfaced and what this means for Diddy's time behind bars. Social media is buzzing as people react to the intense scenes.
Diddy reacts because I guess he was there around the area when it happened in Miami. Of course. We actually had a whole discussion earlier. Show, is Chris Brown as bad? I don't think he's as bad as Diddy, but I still think he's bad, guys. And we had a nice discussion about it. I don't think it's ever okay to do what he did to Rihanna. It wasn't defense. If you look at the photo of Rihanna, it was offense. And he took it too far. That's my opinion. You never do that. Now, women, you're not allowed to do that to men either. But men, we got to be better. Don't ever do that to a woman. I don't like Chris Brown. I never will just because of it. I hope he gets better. It seems like he might have, although I also think he's got some anger issues. But whatever, let's get to the video. Here's Sean Diddy Combs confronting Ellen about the Chris Brown situation.
Well, this leads me to the perfect thing, because I would like you to clear something up. There's a lot of talk going on.
Yes, I love it. Diddy's like, yeah, go ahead, I'm going to clear it up. I'm sure you will.
With Chris Brown.
Oh, what is this, like, weird?
Being at your place in Miami, and you arranging Chris and Rihanna getting back together. Now,
so, because he normalizes it. He helped Chris Brown and Rihanna get back together because clearly now we know he was doing it to all his women too.
You want to talk?
We must forgive Chris Brown, like all the chat was telling me, because it's, he's better. Oh.
Talk about that?
See, I wouldn't use my Twitter to talk about that because that's somebody else's business.
I know, but you gave them your house.
Yeah. But we're talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
How you use Twitter, and that's something else. I'm just saying I wouldn't really Twitter about that.
Okay, let's not Twitter about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Sure.
Let's talk about it.
Good on Ellen for not letting him get off this one. Because this one's actually going to look pretty good. Let's not Twitter about it. Let's talk about it. Nice deflection there, Diddy. Nice deflection.
I think you clearly have a lot of people going, why would you do that? Why would you give Chris, a guy who hit a girl, and he's jet skiing around in your, I don't understand. Because,
it's making more sense now, isn't it, Ellen? It is.
Listen, I was a huge fan of Chris's. I love Chris, his music. He's a talented guy, but to hit a girl.
Yeah, because I know both of them, and it's my house, and I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house to. That's number one. Number two is
Ellen, I'm gonna take over. I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house to, even abusers.
That I'm the type of person that I don't cast a stone or cast a judgment on anybody.
I wonder why. Jesus.
And so if a friend or friends ask me for a favor, then I'm gonna be there for a favor as long as I know that the energy of the favor is positive for two people to sit down and talk about a situation that they're in. I'm not gonna get involved in it. I'm not gonna pass judgment on it. If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm gonna be there as a friend.
Right.
But I don't know the exact particulars. I didn't get into it. I'm not gonna do this or do that.
You liar. You didn't know the particulars.
It was a dark time for them, and I was there more as a support. That was it.
I think you were coming from a place of a friendship and of.
So here's Ellen now. Oh, Ellen. Oh, Ellen, who's a lot has been coming out about Ellen being friends with Diddy. And clearly this whole conversation was prepped before it aired. So now Ellen's got to do damage control to protect Diddy. I'm going to ask you about it, but I'll help you. Let me help you. You were trying to be a good friend. Oh, really, Ellen? Was that what it was now in hindsight? Does it look that way now?
Of kindness and support. And it's hard for me, and I don't believe in judgment either, but I don't want any girl out there thinking it's okay to go back to a guy who hit her. I don't want any girl to think that.
Well said, and she's right.
I don't think.
And now Diddy's like, oh crap, a whole bunch. Look at all these women.
While Ellen's off playing hide and seek, let's get into this list everyone's talking about. Is it just a celebrity rumor, or does it hold Hollywood's darkest secrets? This isn't some ordinary paper. It's got Tinseltown shaking. So what's the deal with Diddy's list? Word is, it names the Hollywood elite, but not in a good way. We're talking names, dates, and receipts that could end careers faster than cancel culture. Rumors are wild, secret parties, hush money, cover-ups. It's like someone aired all of Hollywood's dirty laundry. If true, this could destroy reputations, ruin endorsement deals, and end careers overnight. But here's the kicker. It's not just about what's on the list, but who made it. With Diddy's name involved, it's adding fuel to an already blazing fire. If he's spilling secrets, you know it's going to be explosive.
Look at all these women clapping. Oh no. Not you. Oh yeah, Ellen, it is him. It is him. How gross and dark is this now?
You all put me in it, so I'm gonna speak on it. I don't think
You're all putting me in it. Now I gotta defend it. I gotta defend this kind of behavior.
I think that it's right for anybody to hit anybody at the end of the day, you know. And I don't think it's right. You know, I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves as adults, and people have been in relationships, you know.
Let's be honest, because sometimes a girl just deserves it. Is that where he's going?
We know sometimes those relationships get ugly, you know, and sometimes it doesn't come out into the forefront the way this one has come out. And it's a lot of stones being thrown, and we don't know exactly what's going on. These are two.
We don't know what she said to deserve it. Oh my God. And Ellen's just like, yeah, Diddy.
Young individuals. We need to pray for them, and we need to give certain support, but you don't need to start just saying that you know something that you don't know. You wasn't in that car. I wasn't in that car, and it isn't right for him to put his hands on her or her to put his hands on him, and we don't know what the problem is, but we need to pray for them, and we need to do things to support them, and that's all I want to say about it.
I agree with you. I want to support them. Here's how I'm going to help you now.
Thank you. Huh. I don't know, man. I don't like this. I don't like Ellen. I don't like Diddy. I haven't liked Chris Brown. Now, again, Rihanna hasn't never pressed charges. She's never really spoken ill of him. I think they were in love. I do believe she probably was causing things herself. I'm not going to deny it. But as a man, you never go that far. And if you look at the photo of Rihanna, my goodness, I don't know what on earth she could have done to warrant that. I don't. Chris Brown's a big guy. He can defend himself. He can block himself. He can get out of a car or whatever. There's never a reason a man specifically can't walk away. And now a woman, you're not allowed to do that either. You can't do it. Nobody can do it to either, as even Diddy said. But in that instance, I don't know, man. Trying to get them back together. There is anger in Chris Brown, and now we know there's anger in Diddy, and to see that connected, it's not a good look for Ellen. It's not a good look for Chris Brown. I'm not buying it. Not buying it. Look how angry he is.
Can we take a break and do it afterwards?
Can we dance?
Yes.
I would like to dance.
Dance. Do it.
Oh my God. Yeah, let's just dance. Woo! Oh my God. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's wild. That's wild. So they clearly prepped this. Ellen knew it. Ellen knew Diddy was covering up for Chris Brown, was helping to keep them going.
Now I know what you're thinking. Is this list even real in Hollywood? Sometimes the rumors are more real than reality TV. Whether it's fact or fiction, the fear it's causing is as real as Kim K. Well, you know and guess whose name might be on that list. You guessed it. Ellen DeGeneres herself. That's right. Our dancing queen might have more to worry about than just her left feet. If Ellen's name is really on there, it could explain why she's acting like she's auditioning for the Fugitive Celebrity audition, but what could Ellen possibly be mixed up in? She's always been America's sweetheart, right? Well, honey, sometimes the brightest smile hides the darkest secrets. Could it be connected to those workplace drama rumors, or is it something we haven't even heard whispers about yet? One thing's for sure. If Ellen's running, she's not the only one. Rumor has it that half of Hollywood is either lawyering up or booking one-way tickets to non-extradition countries. It's like a game of celebrity musical chairs, and when the music stops, nobody wants to be left without a seat.
Damn! That's, I mean, I don't know, chat. That's nasty. This does not hold up. Look, I have never been a fan of Ellen. I mean, I was, I guess, in the beginning. That's not fair. I'm just like recently, ever since her like downfall, I'm like, all right, adios, see ya. She's out there doing the meanest, dumbest things to her own staff, but helping Diddy get out of PR crisis. Yeah, good for you. We weren't in that car. Maybe Rihanna was a massive bitch and deserved it. You're right. Yeah. Like, what planet are we on? There is no excuse for what he did. There isn't. There's no excuse if she did it to him. But I'm sorry, call me sexist, whatever you want. He shouldn't have touched her. He shouldn't have touched her. That is never an option. And in Diddy's world, it is. And he's justifying it. I don't know what she did. I don't know what he did. I don't know. I know what happened because I saw the photo, and anybody who touched her, like, he didn't look like that the next day. He didn't look like that the next day. So that tells you something. I don't know why. Look, I'm not trying to say Chris is as bad as Diddy. I don't know. But we know he did it. And I don't forgive him as quickly as everybody else does. I like a lot of his tunes, but the dude's still very angry. Dude gets very mad when you bring it up. And that's not the proper way. He's got to understand we're all very triggered by what he did, and he should be ashamed of himself. To this day, he's going to own up to it. And I've never seen him remorseful in a way, or like actually take accountability publicly, which I feel like he does. Otherwise, we're going to keep judging him. It's not about judging someone unfairly. That man destroyed her face. And I'm sorry, even if she was getting in a fight or jealous or yelling at him or nagging, there's no justification. And I can't show you the picture, but you guys can go look up that picture of Rihanna. It is horrifying. It is horrifying. So to see Ellen out there, like, oh yeah, you want to dance now? Oh, Diddy's good. Okay, all good. Way to connect Rihanna back with her abuser, Diddy. Yeah, we'll be back after this dance. Yeah, Hollywood, man. Disgusting. Disgusting. And we'll call it out. That's what we do here. You know we do it. So if you want us to keep calling it out, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that thumbs up as well, and leave a comment down below. What do you think? Who's worse? Chris Brown, Ellen, Diddy? I want you to rate it from worst to worstest, with 1 being the worst, but 3 being even worse. Put them in that scale. Diddy, Chris Brown, Ellen. How do you do? I guess I'd put, oh man, well, Diddy's the worst, so he's number 3. And then it's like Ellen and Chris.
So while Hollywood's playing reputation musical chairs, let's focus on Ellen. Is she really dodging the feds, or is this just another Hollywood smoke and mirrors trick? The rumors are wild, but Ellen's silence speaks volumes. One day she's dancing with celebs, the next she's gone without a word, quieter than ever. The real question is Ellen actually running, or is this a PR stunt? Since the Diddy list drama, she's been off the radar, no tweets, no posts, nothing. Some say she's hiding out, stress-eating vegan cookies. Others think she's just too smart to actually run. Maybe she's letting the rumors do the work. After all, when's the last time Ellen had this much buzz? She's definitely staying on everyone's mind. Next voice, next voice. Now let's dive into why Ellen might be on this list to begin with. Remember that workplace drama from a while back? People claimed her show was toxic, with a behind-the-scenes vibe meaner than a high school cafeteria. Could this list tie into that, or is it something completely unexpected? The rumors are wild. Some say Ellen has secrets darker than her tailored suits, while others think she's caught in bigger Hollywood drama. Ellen's name on that list feels out of place, like finding a Walmart outfit at the Met Gala. But here's the twist. A source close to Ellen, really close, dropped some tea, saying Ellen's not running from anything, she's just tired of the circus. Now, are they covering her tracks, or is it the truth? Ellen's got deep connections in Hollywood, so if she wanted this to disappear, she could. So why hasn't she?
Yes, Steve and Bianca, as U.S. Attorney Damian Williams promised earlier this week, he said this is an ongoing investigation and that they will be speaking to more people. We found out that these two individuals, and we have actually spoken to one of them. They are both sex workers, currently sex workers. One of them says that they had an interaction with Diddy in 2014, and they are willing to tell the feds what they know about that interaction. And another one said that they are willing, and not only willing, but have been subpoenaed to go before the grand jury. So the second person could end up going before the grand jury. At this stage, they are just going to be interviewed by prosecutors. Clearly, they're trying to figure out what these other witnesses know and how they can help them convict Diddy, and that's the name of the game at this point for the feds.
Yeah. The question is if there is going to be a jury, because yesterday you reported that a former warden had a warning for Diddy that he should watch his back in prison.
Yeah, look, this is, he's going to be in this at Brooklyn, MDC Brooklyn. Who knows? It could be up to a year before this trial begins. And obviously, they're going to be, his attorneys have said that they're going to try to get him moved to a different facility. But for now, he's in there. And what we've been told by a former warden is he's a target. That's the fact of the matter. And that's why they have him in a solitary part of the jail, because they don't, he becomes a target because it's like what we've been told, it's like a badge of honor that if you were able to inflict some violence on Diddy, that gets you score points with other inmates. So that's a situation that obviously the jail officials do not want to happen. So they're going out of the way to make sure that doesn't happen. He is in a really, can you imagine like the lap of luxury that Diddy's been used to for decades now? And then just like that, he is now in this jail. And unless they can get him bail at some point, he's going to be behind bars for a long time.
Just briefly, what's going on behind the scenes in Hollywood? All these people who partied with him, who might be on these hidden tapes. What level of panic are you hearing from all these people we know who associated with him over the years?
I will tell you, Steve, we are not hearing any panic because no one, and this has been true since the raids, really. Nobody who we know, people who we know Diddy. We've seen them at his parties, and I'm not talking about the freak-offs. I mean, we haven't seen any of that video, though. Remember, the feds say they do have video that they seized during the raids from those freak-offs, so they know who the celebrities are, if there are any involved in the freak-offs. But we've seen plenty of video over the years at Diddy's very public parties, and all of those people, they're not saying anything. They haven't for months. And yes, to your point, there certainly got to be people who are nervous about getting a call from the U.S. Attorney's Office, whether it be to come in as a witness, whether it be just to be interviewed to find out what they know, or go before the grand jury, which is something nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
They all want to be away from this case as much as possible.
I feel like we're certainly just scratching the surface on this case. Let's talk about something else happening right now. You're reporting today that Lady Gaga's dad just endorsed Trump, calling him pure and a patriot. Was this surprising to you as you guys were talking about this today?
It was definitely surprising. Joe Germanata, or as we've been calling him here in the office, Daddy Gaga, went on Fox and Friends this morning and very full-throatedly endorsed former President Trump and spoke about why he is endorsing him. He acknowledged that, in his word, the word he used was, he acknowledged that Trump is abrasive, but he just prefers his policies. He said, I'm not voting for a person, I'm voting for the policy. And he felt like New York has gone downhill while Joe Biden was in the White House, and he thinks that Trump should be back there. You can tell he is not comfortable with some of the things that Trump says or does, but it's about policy for him. It was weird because we all know that Lady Gaga is very liberal, and while she has not endorsed Kamala Harris yet, she did full-heartedly endorse Joe Biden, and we're expecting at some point she will do that for Harris and Walz.
Yeah, as of right now, I think all she's done is like the post from Taylor Swift or whatever.
The family dinners are going to get interesting with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, imagine Thanksgiving there after the election.
It's an American story at this point, that's for sure. That's right.
Ellen might be the talk of Tinseltown, but she's not alone. Big names are sweating bullets and canceling appearances left and right. Hollywood's in chaos, like someone dropped a stink bomb at the Oscars. A-listers are suddenly vacationing in no extradition spots, and B-listers are pretending they don't know who Diddy is. Rumor has it, this list is packed with actors, musicians, influencers, even people we thought were squeaky clean. It's longer than Santa's naughty list, and these celebs might be getting more than coal, maybe handcuffs. Meanwhile, publicists are scrambling, working harder than ever to keep it all under wraps. No comment is Hollywood's new greeting.
Yeah, man. Anybody who in law enforcement or people know the law, when Homeland Security ran up into his house, people will tell you, or people knew that it was just a matter of time that they was going to indict him and bring him in to see the judge, bro. It was just a matter of time. I just figured out with the grand jury and their different sessions and stuff like that, and then what one of the witnesses told me, I just figured it out that it was going to be around September that they were going to bring him in, bro. People might not understand. It's difficult when you see a brother that has so much promise become an icon as far as in the music business and stuff that he did, to turn around and just tear his whole life down. But it's all because of his mentors and the people that trained him and taught him the music business. You know, it's all about the people who trained and taught him the music business, because Puff wasn't, he wasn't born a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was made into a monster, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was made into a monster from the stuff that happened to him, the things that he had to do. You understand? The things that he had to do to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like this, brother. You never like something so much that you can't do without, and you never be willing to do anything to get where you want to be at. You got to have principles. You got to have morals. You got to keep with that stuff. And in that music business, a lot of that stuff get thrown out the window. You understand? And that's what happened to him. He started doing the things to other people that was done to him. To keep it frank, he was doing the things to other people that was done to him. And it is what it is. You got to know better. And if you know better, you will do better. When he was in New York City, he was like that Gecko from the Geico commercial. Then he turned and started going, when he lived in Cali and Miami, he turned into Godzilla. I would see him talk about how he using drugs. He was never like that. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed and everything like that. He turned into something that you could consider a monster, bruh. Then he started doing things to people, you understand, that he learned. That's a learned behavior, bruh. Now, I'm not saying that he may have been doing a couple of things here and there with women, stuff like that in New York, but the things that they're talking about that he was doing, bringing in prostitutes to have sex with his girl and all that stuff like that, that was some crazy stuff to me, man. So I'm just looking at this whole thing, man, and you had asked me, and we don't have these conversations like most people do. We're gonna go back and you're gonna tell me what we're gonna talk about this. You said, I'ma ask you how you feel, bruh. I don't want no man to ever go to jail and be leaving their kids behind, be leaving their family behind. You understand? But some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true.
Here's the real tea. It's not just asterisk who's asterisk on the list. It's asterisk what asterisk they did to land there. Are we talking a secret celeb fight club or just rich folks behaving worse than reality TV stars? The fallout for Hollywood could be massive. Careers ending, endorsements vanishing, and movie studios scrambling to cut ties. Fans are playing detective, analyzing every tweet and post like it's a game of Clue. But the real twist? It's not about who's on the list. It's who's asterisk, not asterisk.
And it's just this situation, man. When they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bruh. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You got to realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's going to make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not going to say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster. And that's what it did, bruh. It made him into a monster, bro. I personally feel like he got a lot of the things that he did from his mentor, and then he probably did it to the 10th power. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he was a drug abuser. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he used to put his hands on women. So it's a learned behavior, bro. Some of that stuff may be in him through his childhood. Through his childhood, he may have some of that things in him, but a lot of things that he was doing was a learned behavior, bro. You just don't just turn it in a matter of years the way he was doing people, man. You understand? Check this out, bro. He led Biggs to his death. He caused a rift between Wolf and BMF that led to Wolf death. Cussed Wolf mother out. Lied about owing him $300,000. Cause you had asked me how I feel, and I'm gonna get into how I feel. took a good friend of ours who raised money when he had the City College tragedy. A good friend of ours did things to make him popular in Harlem. Let him hang with us, be part of our crew the whole 9 yards. Disrespected him and wouldn't help him. This is how I feel about him being locked up and going to jail. Some people, their karma is so strong for what they do and what they did. The stuff that he did to Craig Mack. You understand what I'm saying? The stuff that he did to Black Rob and all those people in the spiritual world right now. His karma was about to catch up and was bound to catch up with him. You understand what I'm saying? His karma was bound to catch up with him, brother. So,
in Hollywood, sometimes staying out of the scandal is the biggest scandal. And rumor has it, a major A-lister is about to get pulled in, making Ellen's drama look tiny in comparison. Next voice, next voice. We've been spilling tea hotter than a summer sidewalk, but let's break it down. Ellen's on the run. Diddy's list has Hollywood in chaos. It's like a real-life soap opera. But let's be real, celebrity gossip is sweet, but not always good for you. We're all out here trying to play detective, but the truth is probably messier than we think. So, what's the real story? Is Ellen really dodging the feds, or is this just Hollywood smoke and mirrors? Are your favorite celebs actually in trouble? Drop your theories in the comments. This tea isn't over yet.